Troops. I hope you're having an amazing morning and that you're ready for day 7 of the Women's History Month Challenge because we've made it to day 7. If this is your first time joining, my name is True. I'm your favorite project manager. I help service based businesses improve their customer service, and right now we are in the midst of our 31-day Women's History Month challenge. And it's truly about growing as women, as business owners, and challenging us in multiple different spaces, making us put a lens or what is it called? What is it called, y'all? A magnifying glass on the little things that we tend to overlook. So if you have been um, in the midst of this challenge with us and you've made it to day 7, congratulations to you. Share this call with a friend. Like it, subscribe, all of the great things. But let's get into day 7. One of the things that I've learned throughout of these 7 days, and really throughout life, but really throughout these 7 days, what really has shone a light on me is that plans typically fail for the lack of counsel. And so I've done many challenges. I've done many things where it's like, I'm going to do this for X amount of time, and I didn't see it through. However, the thing that I've done differently this time is I've been utilizing things that I'm experiencing in my day to day, but I've sought counsel, not just from my mentors, not just from reading, not just from the word, but from really hearing what God wants me to share with the women who are following this challenge with me. And so what I realized was that not only does the word say plans fail for lack of counsel, but with many advisors they succeed. That helped me to know, okay, Alicia, you can't do this by yourself. You have to continue to seek counsel. And one of the things I realized in seeking counsel and from having these experiences is that it comes with wisdom. And one of the things I really, really want to highlight to all of the women is that if you lack wisdom, go and ask God, because He has a lot of it, and He really does give it generously. Now, I'm going to go ahead and jump and tell you what the tasks are for day 7. I'm going to tell you what the tasks are for day 7, but I think I have a little bit more than that. So the first task, and there's 2 things you got to do, but the first task for day 7 is to list 5 things that you're grateful for. List out 5 things that you're grateful for. And then I'll come back and let you know what the other task is for today. Now, when I was writing out that as the to-do list of as doing 5 things that you're grateful for, the second half of that is to express thanks to someone, and that sent me down a rabbit hole, right? So one of the things that the word says is, create in me a pure heart, O God, and renew a steadfast spirit within me. And so all of those things make me go down a rabbit hole of what does it even mean to say thank you? Good morning, good morning. Thank you for joining. What does it even mean to say thank you? And so that took me down the space of saying thank you means to actually show genuine appreciation through actions, attitude, and expressions of gratitude. And so not only are you listing 5 things that you're grateful for, but you're also going to be expressing thanks to someone who supports you. This could be family, this could be friends, this could be your staff, this could be a loyal customer, this could be anyone, but you're going to express thanks to them, and you're going to do it genuinely. And so when I talk about like giving thanks and showing thanks or saying thank you, I'm like, okay, how can I do this in a way to not just say thank you? Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for being a customer. Thank you for joining a call. Thank you for, like, how can I do it more? Like, how can I really show this? And so some of the things that I found throughout the word was that acts of service is a way of saying thank you. Gifts is a way of saying thank you. Like actually in written or spoken praise is a way of saying thank you, which goes back to your task for today. List out those 5 things that you're grateful for, but then also express thanks to someone. So there's multiple ways you can say thank you to the people who are pouring into you and pouring into your business and assisting you with growing. Because one of the things is when we just talked about the seeking counsel and having many advisors, it takes a team effort. We don't get there alone. And so other ways is celebrations, reciprocity, do for them what they're doing for you, showing respect and recognition, sharing and generosity, prayer, maintaining relationships. All of these are all ways to actually show genuine appreciation, to show thanks. And then I had to break down, like, what does it mean to be genuine? What does what does being genuine look like? And being genuine is the act of it not being fake or being forced. And so when you're giving thanks to these people or you're doing the task for today and you're listing out those 5 things you're grateful for, don't force it. Don't be fake with it. Don't just list out things that doesn't make sense. Like really put some thought into it. Don't just go thanking everybody because you want them to purchase a product from you or to support your service. We're not going to fake it and we're not going to force it. Honesty and consistency. And that one shocked me because this was different for me to be consistent for 7 days and showing up for women or showing up for a call, whether someone was listening or they weren't. This was different. But I'm like, okay, that's showing that I'm genuine in this challenge. That's showing that I'm genuine into pouring into other women or to allowing my overflow. Because it's not just a pour, it's an overflow. I get poured into like this on a daily from people who are in my life, from people who support my business. And so I've been able to take that overflow and be consistent within this challenge. Being authentic with no hidden agendas. I don't have a purchase this service, purchase this course throughout this challenge. I'm going to tell you who I am because that's a part of it, but there's no hidden agenda. And so when you are saying thanks to these people, there's no hidden agenda. They can know who you are. They can know what your business do. They can know how you can add value to them. But being authentic and having no hidden agenda is essential. So some other things that I realized as I was going down that rabbit hole of what it meant to be genuine was being able to admit our mistakes in personal life and business, being comfortable with being ourselves and being active listeners, whether it's to our customers, to our kids, to our spouse, but being an active listener. That authentic gratitude and appreciation, respect for everyone and not just the person you're looking to get something from. And then confidence without arrogance was another one. And so all of those things took me to that original thing, which was the create in me a pure heart, oh God, and renew a steadfast spirit within me. And I have to admit, I was like, what does steadfast mean? What do you mean by that? What do you mean to be steadfast? How did I go from listing out 5 things I'm grateful for and expressing thanks to people who support me to talking about being steadfast and what does that mean? And then it got a little bit more serious, right? And so what I realized was steadfast meant to be firm, to be unwavering, to be loyal in my belief, to have purpose or commitment even in the face of difficulties or challenges. And I was like, okay. And so that meant to be strong and dedicated. And then I'm like, okay, well, what does this look like? What does it look like to be steadfast? And that looked like consistency, loyalty and dedication, perseverance, emotional strength, faithfulness, unshaken by outside influence. And that was a big one. I'm like, okay, so there's going to be a lot of information that comes my way throughout these 31 days. And I have to be sure that, or I have to be sure to stay in the spirit of what you asked for me to do. Okay. And then I realized sometimes you can seek counsel from people, but they can only give you counsel based off of their experiences. And so you have to learn how to have a filter on what's given to you and be unshaken by your assignment, by outside influences when it comes to your assignment. And I'm like, okay, Alicia, we getting somewhere. So that came with determination and focus, having hope and optimism. And then out of all of those things, I realized like, okay, there was somewhere in the word where provisions was spoken or was given. And I'm like, well, what does provisions really mean? Like, it's basically what's saying like you have to trust God's word when it comes to your business and your personal life. And I'm like, well, what does provisions really mean? And then provisions are actually the supplies, the resources, or the necessities provided for one's needs. And I said, oh, it's shifting season. It's shifting season. Because all that means is I am required to seek counsel from God, from the word, from my mentors, from the earth, from spirit. I am required to seek counsel from those places. Wisdom and understanding isn't something that's optional as I'm growing myself in my business. And I have to be steadfast or stand strong and consistent and loyal and dedicated and still persevere and have emotional strength and faithfulness and be unshaken by outside influences when it comes to building myself and my business. And being grateful and showing gratitude to those who support me as I do so. So, troops, it's shifting season. It's shifting season. And I thank you for joining this morning's call. I thank you for navigating through the Women's History Month Challenge with me. This is day 7. My name is True. I'm your favorite project manager. If you enjoyed this call, then please share it out with a friend, like, comment, subscribe, and then I will see you tomorrow. But remember, your task for today is to list out 5 things that you're grateful for and then express thanks to someone who supports you in your business as you're growing. Do it genuinely. Do it genuinely. And remember that thank you doesn't always look like a thank you text. It can be, but it doesn't always look like that. So I encourage you and I challenge you to find multiple ways to show thanks to those who are supporting you and helping you grow along your journey. I love you, troops. Be great on purpose. It's shifting season. And I encourage you to go out and grow yourself and your business.